Romans 8:16. The Spirit himself bears witness with our spirit that we are children of God. So we have another occurrence in Romans 8:16, just like in 8:15, of the word spirit being used twice, once with a capital S in most English translations and once with a small lowercase s. And here, of course, the capital S Spirit is referring to the Holy Spirit. And here in Romans 8:16, different than Romans 8:15, the occurrence with the lowercase s Spirit is referring to the human spirit, the inwardmost, deepest part of our being. And we'll get to that in just a moment. So the Spirit himself, the same Spirit in Romans 8:2 that has set us free, in Romans 8:6 that gives us life and peace, that grants us life, that causes us to be born again. Romans 8:8, the same Spirit that enables us to please God. Romans 8:9, the Spirit in whom we are in. Romans 8:10, the Spirit that is in us. Romans 8:11, the Spirit that will one day raise our mortal bodies from the dead. Romans 8:13, the same Spirit that enables us to put to death the deeds of the body. And in Romans 18, the same Spirit that enables us to call out to God as our Father. The Holy Spirit, the Spirit of Christ, the Spirit of God, the Spirit of life. Here in verse 16, Paul reveals another action that the Holy Spirit takes on our behalf. The Holy Spirit himself bears witness with our spirit that we are children of God. So the word bears witness simply means a strong affirmation. He doesn't just witness simply, he doesn't just tell simply, but he strongly affirms a truth within us, with our spirit, the deepest parts of our being, that we are indeed a child of God. So not only does he cause us to be born again and cause us to be adopted into God's family by faith, but then the Holy Spirit goes on to remind us over and over and over again that we are now children of God. So if we think about the things that the enemy, that Satan wants us to believe about ourselves, the things that he wants us to continue to carry, the weight of our sin, our shame, our guilt, and the things that he attaches to our shame and our guilt, that we are not good enough, that God does not love us, that we could never be loved by God. Those are the lies that Satan wants children of God to buy into. We have the Holy Spirit of God who has caused us to be born again, and then he echoes over and over and over again, speaking to the deepest parts of who we are, that we are indeed a child of God. And look at Romans 8:14, 15, and now 16. Every one of these verses, over and over again, affirming that truth. For all who are led by the Spirit of God are sons of God. For you did not receive the spirit of slavery to fall back into fear, but you have received the spirit of adoption as sons, by whom we cry, Abba, Father. The Spirit himself bears witness with our spirit that we are children of God.